wanted to fan the flames of skepticism, cynicism, and suspicion about this money laundering and this theft of from the national treasury, the American people would be up in arms about the arms institutions.
Yeah, absolutely would. I mean, what you're getting at is such a great point that if our government wanted to make sure everyone was well fed and housed in this country, they could do it easily, and the amount of money would not come near what we just spent on our military. To give an example, the New York Times said that in order to give everybody clean water around the budget for our military, including the black budgets, is close to $1 trillion a year. So that is nothing. It is a drop in the bucket of our military-industrial complex. They estimated that in order to end world hunger every year, it would cost $30 billion. Again, a drop in the bucket compared to our military-industrial budget. And so it really is like it's a choice to spend all of this money, crazy amounts of money, unbelievable, unfathomable amounts of money on death and destruction. It is a death economy, rather than spending it to make sure everyone in this country has the food and the housing that they need. It could be so easily done. I mean, the cost to repair the lead pipes in Flint, which still hasn't been done, is like $270 million. That is like what the military spends in a matter of seconds. It's so insane. I mean, these numbers are just unbelievable. $1 trillion, which, like I said, is including the black budget, close to what our military spends a year. If you make $40,000 a year to make $1 trillion, you'd have to work for 25 million years. So to even glance at these numbers, everyone should know that it is a choice of our government, of our representatives, to not make sure everyone's fed and housed. And it's just repulsive.
I mean, we talked in the beginning about Dwight D. Eisenhower, General Eisenhower, who became president in 1953 in the last year of the Korean War. And I want to play a couple audio clips from his farewell address to the nation. That was, it's fairly famous, but not everyone knows about it. Perhaps most people don't know about it. So I want to play a clip or two. People don't know that, especially younger people don't know that the military-industrial complex hasn't always existed. It used to be that when wars started, the U.S. or any government would mobilize and convert its civilian industry to a war industry, and people would be conscripted or volunteer to go into the military. They fight the foreign foe, and at the end of the war, there would be a demobilization of the troops, and the military would reconvert to civilian industry. That was true after World War II. The military demobilized. There wasn't a permanent military machine, a military-industrial complex in 1946, 1947, 48, 49. It really begins with the creation of a new national security doctrine in 1950, coinciding with the beginning of the Korean War. When you think about the Korean War and why it hasn't ended, it conflates very directly with the formation of the military-industrial complex as a permanent military establishment. And Eisenhower in 1953, when he became president, he made an argument which went against the grain of the advocates of the new national security state military-industrial complex, who were arguing that military spending was kind of a Keynesian form of pump priming, that it was kind of like the New Deal in the 1930s, where the government was putting money into the economy to circulate commodities and to create jobs through government spending. And the architects of this national security state said it will not only create a national defense establishment, it'll give American jobs. Now, it turns out that that's not true. It gives some Americans jobs, but it redirects money such that many, many jobs are lost and many, many social services that are vital are underfunded. But in 1953, in a speech which is less well known, Eisenhower said, every gun that is made, every warship launched, every rocket fired signifies, in the final sense, a theft from those who hunger and are not fed, those who are cold and are not clothed. It is is spending the sweat of its labors, meaning the nations, the genius of its scientists, the hopes of its children. And then he goes on, the cost of one modern heavy bomber, this is 1953, the cost of one modern heavy bomber is this: a modern brick schoolhouse in more than 30 cities. We pay for a single fighter with 500,000 bushels of wheat. We pay for a single destroyer with new homes that could have housed more than 8,000 people. Now that's General Dwight D. Eisenhower, 1953, not a pacifist, not an anti-war person, certainly not an anti-capitalist or an anti-imperialist. Somebody who's just actually telling the truth. But I have to say, Lee, if a Democratic Party presidential candidate talked like that every warship built is a form of theft from the people, that candidate would be considered by the Democratic Party, the so-called liberal party, to be not tenable, not viable, because it would be too out there. Anyway, I want to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, if a Democrat were to say any of those things, they would be drummed out of the Democratic Party immediately. The closest we probably saw to comments like that in the last Democratic primaries were from Tulsi Gabbard, and you saw the response she got. She was called everything from a Assad apologist to a Russian agent, and basically beaten out of the primary system. I mean, it is amazing to see how far to the right our political system has been pulled. And you also mentioned the amount of jobs that, they talk about in the military-industrial complex, as if, they love to say that it's a job creator and everything, as if jobs couldn't be created any other way, as if jobs of death and destruction are the only jobs that could possibly exist from our government dollars. But of course, the truth is you could employ Americans doing a myriad of things. They could be rebuilding our collapsing infrastructure. I already mentioned the Flint pipes. How about that? Employ people replacing the pipes in Flint, replacing our bridges. You could employ people to convert to green energy or to plant trees. The truth is anything's a job if you pay people for it. You could create jobs giving everyone Lyme disease if you wanted to pay someone to do it. So this idea that we can only create jobs in America by paying people to make weapons of war and to kill people in countries that most Americans can't find on a map is ridiculous and, I mean, morally repulsive.
Lee, I want to play two brief audio clips from Eisenhower's farewell address, January 17th, 1961. At the time it was delivered, it was considered like no big deal. Like when you read the media headlines about the speech, it was like, President says farewell to the nation. No drama whatsoever. But in fact, he was issuing this pretty important, profound warning about the gargantuan, undue influence of the military machine, of the Pentagon, of the military-industrial complex, and its impact on all parts of society. I'm going to play a short, sort of 1 minute long audio clip from the speech. And this was delivered to the nation. It was a speech to the entire nation. Speeches on TV were kind of a new thing back then. It was right after the Nixon-Kennedy election, where it was the first time there was televised presidential debates. Here's Eisenhower saying farewell to the nation. Let's listen to what those words were.
Our military organization today bears little relation to that known of any of my predecessors in peacetime, or indeed by the fighting men of World War II or Korea. Until the latest of our world conflicts, the United States had no armaments industry. American makers of plowshares could, with time and as required, make swords as well. But we can no longer risk emergency improvisation of national defense. We have been compelled to create a permanent armaments industry of vast proportions. Added to this, 3.5 million men and women are directly engaged in the defense establishment. We annually spend on military security alone more than the net income of all United States corporations.
So it's interesting, Lee. He's speaking frankly. He's also justifying it. He's saying we were compelled to do this. This is, of course, the Cold War rhetoric. as if the Soviet Union, which had just lost 27 million people in World War II during the Nazi invasion, and of course the Soviets fought and defeated 80% of the German army before launching that massive counterattack and liberating Eastern and Central Europe from the scourge of Nazism. He says it's compelling, although he's also making the point, and this is one of the reasons I wanted to play the audio clip, is most people now wouldn't know that when wars used to end, the military mobilization also ended. There was conversion back to civilian economy. I want to play the second audio clip and get your reaction, because here's where Eisenhower kind of gets to the heart of what he considers to be the biggest danger from this new military system of a permanent armaments industry and a military-industrial congressional complex. Let's listen.
Now, this conjunction of an immense military establishment and a large arms industry is new in the American experience. The total influence, economic, political, even spiritual, is felt in every city, every state house, every office of the federal government. We recognize the imperative need for this development, yet we must not fail to comprehend its grave implications. Our toil, resources, and livelihood are all involved. So is the very structure of our society. In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist. We must never let the weight of this combination endanger our liberties or democratic processes. We should take nothing for granted. Only an alert and knowledgeable citizen can compel the proper meshing of the huge industrial and military machinery of defense with our peaceful methods and goals. So let's
Hey, Juyang, are you there? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Jaehyuk, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Juyang, can you hear me? Great. Wow, you're in a different room, Juyang.
I went to a study room.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Do you have another exam?
No, my sister has a online exam at home, so she told me get out. And
Got it. Is that a older sister, younger sister?
older sister.
Okay, so she's taking final exams too. So this is your last exam?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Yeah, how about you? Is this your last exam?
Yes,
So do you have
last.
any do either of you have plans for tonight?
No.
Just relaxing? I mean, it's tough because of COVID that you can't do much. How about for vacation? Young, do you have any plans for vacation?
Uh, I will go to English study group at Jongno.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Like Pagoda or YBM, Wall Street
Uh,
Institute.
랭스영.
Oh, okay. So is it a conversation? Is that what you're
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So right now, are they having in-person classes or is it online?
In-person class.
Okay, even with COVID 2.5. Okay, cool. Well, I'm sure that'll be good. How many days a week?
I I didn't decide yet.
Okay. I mean, do you want to go like a lot or just like Monday through Friday or just like 2 days a week?
Just 2 days a week.
But honestly, Young, if you have the money and you have the time, if you really want to improve your English, try to go like 5 days a week. Because honestly, you will improve a lot more, I think. Here comes someone else. Who else is it? I don't know who. Oh, there we go. It's Bada. It's Gunju. Hey, Bada, what is that picture on the wall? Is that you?
No, no, no. It's my uh, brother,
Your real brother?
laboratory brother.
Is it your real
Someday.
brother? Okay, so your
No, no, no.
friend.
Yeah,
Okay,
something
got it.
like
Like different mother.
yeah.
Okay, got it. That's cool. I like the black and white photos. All right, everybody. This is the end of the road. As you can see, Jaehyuk and Bada, this is not Jungmo. So, Jungmo, actually, we switched it. So, it goes Jaehyuk, Bada, and Juyong. Should we just keep that order? Let's keep that order. So Jaehyuk, you'll go first, Bada second, Juyong third. Okay, are there any questions before we begin?
No.
Okay, well, before we begin, I want to test out your share screen. So, Jaehyuk, can you share your screen just to make sure it works?
PPT?
It doesn't matter, anything. Just before you begin, I want to make sure that you can share your screen. So, okay, looks good. But can you share your screen? Looks good. And Juyang. Great. Okay. I just wanted to double check, make sure that happened. Okay, so what we will do, hold on a second, let me make sure. I need to get some ink. That doesn't All right, well, if there are no questions, why don't we begin? And so Jaehyuk will go first. And while Jaehyuk, hey man, no problem. Just be yourself, no problem. Just take a deep breath. And imagine we were at Starbucks. We're at a cafe and we're just hanging out and we're just friends. Just take a deep breath. Just be yourself. While other people are presenting, please pay attention and think of a question to ask. Don't worry about answering the question. Just do your best. I'm not grading you on how you answer the question, but it's more interesting when the audience, the listeners, ask questions. All right, then Jaehyuk, take it away. So when Jaehyuk begins, when he shares his screen, okay, Jooyoung, you've already muted your mic. That's good. So when other people are presenting, let's mute our mics. So Jaehyuk, I am muting my mic. So whenever you're ready, just begin.
Okay, 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 okay. 안 돼. Start? Okay, okay. Hello, my name is Lee Jae-hyuk, and I will presentation about my essay. Before we talk about my essay topic, I will show shocking statistics about my essay. First, this year's 98 pediatrics were closed. Also, before the coronavirus, the closure of pediatrics were increased. Also, the number of doctors who wish to go to the pediatrics is decreasing too. Without the pediatrics, it is cause a lot of inconvenience in our life. So it is also for an infant school. They have something in common. It is they will begin with a decreased birth rate. This is the picture of that situation. This is news. So I will introduce about 3 main problems and 2 main solutions about low birth rate in Korea. So first bad impact is because of bad impact to the economy, because the working populations are decreases. So because taxes are increased, so the lose active consumption economy, because the young people spend a lot of money than older people. So and second one is it brings difficulties in maintaining a country, because it causes national defense weakness. For example, the number of the soldiers are decreases, so it causes a society of stagnates. And there are atmosphere of fear trying to new things or new business. So it is too bad to economy too. The picture is we can see we in our society when we go to the park we can see this situation. There are a lot of older people these days. And the last bad effect is the government spend a lot of money to solve this problem, because they bring various solutions to solve this problem, but they didn't solve this problem yet. So it leads to waste of taxes. For example, in Korea, they used 100 trillion won during 5 years, but they didn't solve this problem yet. The number of these will increase gradually, maybe. This is the example of the waste of taxes in Korea. So now I will introduce about 2 main solutions about this problem. The first solution is the realistic policy of increasing childbirth. because a lot of couple didn't give up the childbirth because of financial problems and career breaks. So we have to make creating an environment to encouraging childbirth and financial support. For example, tax concessions and expand the support education costs, such as increase the support for school expenses or expansion of the childcare facilities to make a safe place to child. For example, like this is the policy of encouraged childbirth in Korea. So it can cause a change social atmosphere to good child and to good parents both. It is the first solution, and yes. And second solution is the make diversification of career paths. Because these days a lot of the most couple don't have a child because they don't want to pass puberty to their child, and they don't want to give a boring life to their one. But these days it's hard to succeed or have a special life because they study the same things and they enter to the college and they prepare to prepare for employment. So we have to make a variety of options to their career paths. So like example, music, exercise, technology, or real estate. This is Sony. So we can give a lot of options to them. It will be help to reduce the number of who pass on the poverty to them. So to conclude, I introduced about three main bad effects and two main solutions about low birth rate. First, financial support provide to families with child solve financial problems. And second one is expand the child career and challenge is good to child and parents both. Also, it can give a chance to child to they can have their life, not a cell life. It is good to them. So these days the birth rate decrease rapidly. We have to prepare for it. We have to solve this problem because it is very bad for our society. So I think we have to increase the birth rate. It is the fundamental solution, I think. So we have to know the couple's needs, and we have to fix the problems in our society based on the needs of couples. And thank you for hearing my presentation. And I will have a question time. So do you have any questions about my presentation or anything? Thank you.
Okay, yeah, first, so if you can, let's ask Jaehyuk some questions. So
Yes.
maybe can Jooyoung and Bada, can you unmute your mic? Do you have any questions for Jaehyuk? Anything?
Mm,
I have a question. How does the government decide who gets financial support? Is it based on a family's income, or does everybody get the same amount? So for example, one solution is to give financial support to couples, men and women. Let's say there's one couple who makes a very low income. Another couple makes a very high income. Does the government give the same amount of money or more money to couple one, no money to couple two? And how do they decide who gets money and how much money?
I think there are different, but but both them have to get financial support, but amount will be different by
Okay,
income.
got it. So it depends on how much money, how much income a couple makes. Okay, and how can you create more career options? Like you said stock. I mean, how does that happen?
In Korea, we have a Meister high school. Meister. I think it is good to option.
I'm sorry. What is that?
Meister high school.
Oh, is that like a jungle?
Like computer or machine.
Oh, okay.
So it is good option in option.
Okay, because you had a picture of soccer player.
Yes.
I forget his name. Min?
Sonmin?
Yeah. So it seems like maybe soccer player, is that a career option? And you said a stock organizer or stock. So you mentioned expand the career options. I mean, so does the government say, okay, we need more musicians, we need more artists? Who makes the decision to expand the career options?
I think that decision we have to give a chance. Not don't not don't give pressure
Okay.
to them.
Parents.
Yes, they can do anything. Soccer player is one of the option. One of the option. Like these days we have a YouTuber or a creator like them. It's
So to like encourage. So you're saying parents should encourage their children to.
yes, we need them. We need them. So government help to them. They can think of like that.
Okay, got it. So you're saying the government helps parents, helps couples think of
Yes.
new careers. Okay, cool. All right. Well, Jaya, now you're done. Just sit back and relax. Go grab a beer. All right. So now, Bada, you are next. So, hey, just be yourself. Be yourself. You're in the laboratory. You do very complicated things. You're super smart. Just be yourself. All right. So I'm going to mute my mic, and Bada, when you're ready, start. And please, Jaehyuk, Jooyoung, try to think of a question. If you just hit F5 on the keyboard, it starts it.
I start. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Unbada, and I'm going to talk about the internet advertising problem. I start with I'll describe the effect of this effect of the problem, and then I'll mention two solutions to solve this problem. And finally, I'll summarize my presentation with my concluding remarks. And I'll trying to I try to answer all of your questions after the presentation. So, have you seen this advertisement? 90 Black Friday up to 19% discount. When you using the Instagram, you probably see you have probably clicked this ads, but its contents is disappointing us because they are writing in small pieces. So something we expect the discount lower priced goods, but there's no low priced goods. So we are disappointed. Well, for this reason, there is many problems of the internet advertising. First problem is there are too many advertisements. For example, when I searching the internet news, there pop-up advertisement. It is covering the whole page, and we can hard to read. So we should click this tiny close button. It is very annoying. And second one is there are many fake advertising. The companies are cheating us with attractive with highlighting the attractive point, but they conceal the negative effect. So they make hard to think about the reasonable purchasing decision. So to solve this problem, we can use the selective advertising block service. In the internet, there's many unnecessary information. As first I mentioned, we don't want to any advertising information. We just want news content. So we can it can help us. And this annoying advertisement devaluating the company. So devaluating company because people who using this page don't carefully think about relationship between negative emotions and its cause. So people think negative. This is negative. This is bad. For example, TikTok is good platform, but Korean think about TikTok is bad. And second, to solve this problem, second, what was it? And second one is revising law to punishing unjust information advertisement. In pure purpose of SNS is communicate with other people. For example, we can upload our feed, Instagram feed, but we scroll this feed, scroll the feeds, but always advertising contents we don't want is always 나타나다. It exists, and we have right to not to be disturbed. And in this advertisement, there are fake advertisement. For example, influencers review. Instagram influencers offer reviews the diet foods, but it's good, but customers believe influencer reviews, but it is not proven. So customers can make decision, make reasonable purchase decision, and moreover, company it is no way to punish it, because it is more benefit to doing fake advertisement. Because pay penalty is lower prices than income. It is so. In conclusion, we can block. We can use selective advertising block service, and government should revise unjust internet advertisement. So if soften the stress from advertisement, we can improve our quality of life. Thank you for your attention. And is there any questions?
Jaehyuk, Bada. Jaehyuk and Juyang, got any questions for Bada? Come on.
It's not question, but there was something I didn't understand.
Oh, okay, yeah. Can you get a little closer to your mic, Juyang?
It is not a question.
Yep.
There was something that I didn't understand.
Sure.
In conclusion, soften the stress stress from advertising is what's that mean?
Uh, we have I have stress on the advertising problem. For example, pop-up advertising advertisement is so annoying. It 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 is disturbing us to read content. It is very annoying. So if there is reduced, there are reduced, we can improve. We can soften the stress from the from yeah.
Pop-ups. I see. Now, do you think all pop-ups should be banned? Like there should be no more pop-ups? Or do you think some pop-ups are okay?
Okay, question to me.
Yeah. Like do you think that all like pop-up ads should be banned, like not allowed? Or do you think it depends? Some pop-up ads are okay.
I think so, but
What? Completely banned or some are okay?
some are okay.
Okay. Then how do you determine which ads are okay and which ones are not okay?
If advertisements are covering the contents, it is problem. But
Okay.
yeah.
Well, isn't a pop-up? A pop-up means to pop up.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, I mean, a pop-up covers something. I mean, for example, if you open up a web page and there's an advertisement, that's not a pop-up. If you open up a web page, then suddenly there's,
Oh, it is pop-up.
yep. So I think a pop-up always covers the web page.
Not always.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. What type of pop-up doesn't cover the web page?
Something like this. Do you have?
Oh, that's a pop-up, or is that just an advertisement on the side?
It's just advertisement side
Okay.
advertisement.
Got it. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
It is pop-up.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think the ones on the side are technically not pop-ups. Yeah, I understand pop-ups are very, very bad. All right, cool. All right, Juyang, now you are next. And so please, Jaehyuk, Bada, think of some good questions. And Juyang, I'm going to mute my mic. You may begin whenever you're ready.
Start.
Yep, you may begin.
Good afternoon, everyone. Did you know that 40% of children around 10 living in London are overweight, and that figure is increasing more? As well as London, children with childhood obesity are increasing all over the world. My name is Juyang, and I am going to talk about childhood obesity. First, To start with, I'll describe the effects of the problem, and I'll mention two solutions to solve this problem. Finally, I will summarize my presentation with my concluding remarks. And I will try to answer all of your questions after my presentation. First, I will describe the effects of the problem. Obesity has a bad effect on children psychologically. Obese children can lose confidence about their appearance, and also they take care of their body shape excessively, so they feel stressed out. And obesity can hurt children's health. Many obese children are suffering from skin disease, unilateral acanthosis nigricans. It is caused by abnormal bioreaction to insulin, and obese children resist to insulin strongly. If children get the skin disease, their skin turns brown and become wrinkled. To solve this problem, schools should educate children about the bad effects of the childhood obesity and the way to stay healthy. Most children don't know how bad childhood obesity is. Schools can carry out the programs that can alert children and also can have a time to deal with obesity in health subject class time. Children have to exercise and have a proper eating habit. These days, most children usually prefer to lie down and watch TV or use cell phones rather than exercising. They need to increase the amount of exercise and burn the exit calories. But they don't have to exercise at the gym or only during physical subject class time. They can do a light exercises such as walking in their daily life. Also, growing children need to take all the nutrients easily. If they diet by reducing the amount of food they eat, they won't grow well during growth period. Now, I'll summarize what I've said. Childhood obesity has a bad effect on children psychologically and physically. If schools educate children about obesity, then children will be careful not to get obesity. Also, children can prevent obesity by exercising and having a right eating habit. So I suggest children to increase body activity in their daily life. Thank you for being such an attentive audience. Now I will try to answer all of your questions.
Okay, let's. All right, questions. Jaehyuk, Bara. what age, like elementary school, middle school, high school, do you think schools should have programs to educate children?
I think we should educate only for elementary school students.
I agree.
Because I think teenagers already know almost everything about obesity from middle school students.
Got it. How about parents? I mean, some people think that a young child who's obese, it's not the child's fault, it's the parents' fault for feeding them bad food and not asking them to get exercise. So what do you think about that? Do you think that parents should also be educated, or do you think parents should be punished if they allow their child to become obese?
That's what I school education needed. These days, many parents, both father and mother, are working, so they can check all of the food their child eats. So I thought school educate children, and also I think parents have to know how bad the child obesity is.
Got it. Yep. And what do you think is the worst? Well, let me ask all of you, Jaehyuk, Bada, Juyung. Nowadays, when you see younger kids in Korea, elementary school, do you see more obese, overweight kids than in the past? Like nowadays in Korea, do you think there are more overweight children than 15 years ago? I think so. I mean, what do you think? Yes or no? So nowadays, 2020, number of obese children. 2000, number of obese children. What year has more, 2020 or 2000?
2020.
Why do you think that is?
Because of Corona, they say my young brother weight plus 10.
10 kg?
Yes.
Wow, okay. Well, so maybe even Corona, but I think even before Corona, 2019, it's still higher. Corona, definitely, Corona too. How about you, Jaehyuk? Have you gained weight?
Yes. Before the 2020, my weight is 73. Now my weight is 88 plus 15.
So you were like, my brother, he put on 10 kilograms. I put on 15. Yeah, but nowadays, like when I first came to Korea, like cola, soft drink, like 10 years ago, cola. If you went to E-Mart, Lotte Mart, Home Plus, the section for cola, Coke and Pepsi, very small cans. nowadays, big sizes and people and bread. And so like nowadays, traditional Korean restaurants like Hanjeongshik or Baekban or whatever, those restaurants are like closing. Donkas, chicken, fast food, Western are opening. So I think like you don't see many obese old Korean people. Among older Korean people, you rarely see overweight people. Maybe they drink a lot of soju and they have like beer belly. But anyways, if you if you go to America, you see a lot of obese people. Yeah, it's kind of sad. Anyways, well, it was great to have you this semester. And it was this is my first time ever teaching this course. I've been at Soltech for 7 years. I've only taught in the English department until this semester. You are my first non-English major students. So thank you for the good semester. Unfortunately, it was Zoom. We never met in person. I hope someday I see you on the street. Ju-young, if I see you on the street, I'm going to buy you donuts and cola, okay? Nothing nutritious. All right. All right, and like I said, if any of you have questions about English, email me, okay? Awesome. Have a good vacation, and hopefully I'll see you around. So have a great vacation. See you later.
Okay. Thank
Yep.
you, Obi.
Later.
Yep, thanks. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Good take. Where are you? There we go. There we go. Nice. All right. Can you unmute your mics? Good take. Is this your last exam?
Yes, it's the last
Right.
exam.
Nice. Awesome. Do you have any plans for this evening?
Nothing, just play game.
Oh, computer games.
Yes,
Nowadays, what computer game do you play a lot?
I play League of Legends.
Classic. Do you have a good computer at home?
I don't know, just my notebook.
That's good. So you must have, how much was your notebook?
This is lower price, not expensive.
Like how much was it though?
$80. 80,000. 8 millions. Won.
Oh, wait, Pashiman
Yes.
800,000.
800.
So $800. Well, that's still, that's good. I mean, my laptop can just do Zoom. Shiyu, can you unmute your mic? And Jung Mo, can you unmute your mic? Jung Mo, do you play
Hello.
computer games?
Is it? Yes.
Do you play League of Legends?
No, I don't play League of Legends.
What game do you
Because
normally
I-
play?
Yeah, because my skills are very low.
Got it. How about good tech? Be honest. Be honest. Your skill. 1 to 10.
5.
Oh, Jungwon, how about you?
About 2.
How about your coffee roasting skills? 1 to 10.
It's 9.
Oh yeah. Shiu, can you unmute your mic?
Oh, yes.
Oh, beautiful. Okay. Shiu, do you play computer games?
Oh, yes.
Do you play League of Legends?
No.
What game do you normally play?
Maple Story.
Oh, that's old school, man. Maybe
Yes.
your mom and dad play Maple Story.
No.
Well, how old is Maple Story? That's like 15 years old. I mean, it's still a great game. It's still a great game, but it's an old one.
17 years old.
About 17?
17 years old.
Wow, so like 2003.
Yes.
Amazing. Same graphics, or is it updated?
Same graphics.
Wow, that's so cool. So whoever made Maple Story is very wealthy. They must have a lot of money. 17 years. Keep on making. Well, same with League of Legends too. I mean, that game never gets old. And World of Warcraft, like, they make so much money. All right. Well, do you guys have any questions before we begin? Okay, well, before we begin, I want to make sure that everybody's computer can share the screen. So, Shiu, can you share your screen? Just testing it. All right, looks good. All right, how about Jungmo? Can you just test yours out? Oh man, I like the graphic. All right, and Guntek. Great. I remember seeing that when you asked me a question. All right, so are there any questions? Okay, well, we'll go Guntek, Shiu, and Jungmo. That's the order that was on the website. So what we will do is Shiu will go first, and when he is presenting, please pay attention and try to think of a question to ask Shiu about his presentation, not just anything. And just be yourself. You know, to take a couple deep breaths and just be yourself. So Shiu, you're in the dorm, right?
Yes.
Do you have a roommate?
Nope.
All right. Are you gonna? Yeah, that's your stuff. Awesome. Are you going to stay in the dorm during vacation?
Nope.
Moving back home?
I go to. Yes.
When are you moving?
Tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So tonight, a lot of gongnung
Hello.
drinking, a lot of gongnung
No.
drinks. Okay. Where's home? Where's your house?
Oh, I'm Busan.
Oh wow. Okay. So are your parents coming here in their car, or are you just gonna pack up your stuff and take a bus?
I ride KTX.
Nice. So do you have a lot of luggage, suitcases?
2.
Okay, cool. All right, well, let's do this. So I am going to mute my mic, and Jungmo and Guntek, mute your mics, and then Shiu, share your screen. And whenever you're ready, just begin.
Hello everyone. My name is Kim Siwoo, and I majored in mechanical system design engineering. I'm sad that we have never seen together. Anyway, let's start presentation. Do you have see the? Do you have ever seen the movie Iron Man? Maybe most people see the movie Iron Man. Then do you know the real model of Iron Man is Elon Musk? He is famous from CEO of Tesla, and the Tesla is company which is made electric car. Then why the electric car is biggish today? Because fossil fuels. Nowadays, fossil fuels are in various fields, so it makes our lifestyle convenient. But there is negative side. As you might have expected, my presentation's topics about problems caused by fossil fuels. So I start with problems caused by fossil fuels and suggest solution and conclude my presentation. Problem caused by fossil fuels. First, fossil fuels make acid rain. Acid rain can destroy buildings, so many people will be damaged, and the acid rain can destroy ecosystems too. And the second, the fossil fuels destroyed ozone layer. Fossil fuels makes a lot of CO2, and this gas destroy the ozone layer. If the ozone layer is destroyed, it can't protect people from the UV rays, which is harmful to our human skin. And the third is fossil fuels can hurt our health. So a lot of cars and many factories which use fossil fuels can make fine dust. And this fine dust is so small, so they can hurt our lung. So modern people can't live without wearing mask. Then how to solve this problem? We think two parts. One is individual movements and the other one is group movements. First, individual movements. We fix trivial actions such as use of public transportation and reduce the use of disposable products. Especially use of public transportation as advantage, which is cheap and has good transport system. Second, group movements, such as countries and government and companies. In case of government, they can limit CO2 emissions, so many factories can reduce CO2. And the case of companies, they can make eco-friendly things such as electrical of Tesla, and they can develop sustainable energy like solar energy. In the case of countries, between countries, they promised global agreements like Montreal Protocol. In fact, after the Montreal Protocol, the ozone layer is recovered. To conclude, we have two solutions such as individual movements and group movements. Individual movements has a good for our health and environment, and group movement is more helpful than individual movement because its size is big. In short, for our earth and our health to better, I hope that we fix the small things which we can do. Oh, thank you. Do we have any questions?
All right. Jungmo Guntek, can unmute your mic. You have any questions for Shiu?
Yeah, I have a question.
Cool.
I want to know more about the Montreal Agreement. Can you explain that?
Is a agreement between global countries or many countries is about ozone layer. So they limit their CO2 emission for their countries. Yeah, so they limit CO2 emission for global.
Yes.
And
Thank you.
yeah, great. When was the Montreal Protocol? Do you know when that was made?
Oh, when? Oh,
If you don't know, that's okay.
okay.
I
Uh,
have a question. Yes. First. What parts of Iron Man is related with Elon Musk?
The real model of Iron Man is Elon Musk.
Real model?
The Iron Man motif is Elon Musk.
Thank you.
So what do you think is the most important thing? Because the Arctic ice sheet, you know, the Arctic ice sheet, the Arctic ice sheet, Arctic ice sheet. Do you know what that is? Guntek, you know what that is?
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay. The Arctic,
Huh?
the Arctic ice sheet up north, up north. That it's ice. So
Sea surface.
yeah, and it's melting fast, melting very fast. So it seems very serious. So what do you think? What do you think is the most important thing that needs to happen? Like, for example, if you were president of the world, you are president of Earth, what would you do?
If I'm president
of Earth?
I limit CO2 emission too.
Do you think that, because do you know the Paris Climate Agreement? So it's probably like, it's like the Montreal Protocol, but there's the Paris Climate Agreement. And many scientists say that the Paris Climate Agreement is not strong enough. So it seems like, for example, the gas and oil industry. Do you know Exxon or BP? Do you know Exxon and BP? BP is British Petroleum. So Exxon, BP, those are huge oil companies. They have so much power, so much influence because they give money to governments like America, maybe even Korea, I don't know. So it seems like maybe those corporations are the biggest enemies to lowering CO2 emissions, to limiting CO2 emissions. Because if we lower CO2 emissions, those companies make less money. So that's not a question. There's no question. I was just talking. No problem. Shiu, all right, good job.
Thank you.
All right, Guntek, you are next. So Shiu, Jungmo, let's mute our mics. Think of questions for Guntek.
Can you see this?
Yep.
Hello, my name is Kentek, and I will tell you about air pollution today. Do you want to live your daily life with fresh air? Like in forest? We already have fresh air in-house because we have air purifier. But we don't have big air purifier that can use in outside. So we feel thirsty and headache when we go outside because of air pollution. And there are two main air pollutants. This is the statistics that fine dust emission volume in 2017. As you can see, NOx and VOC is the large percentage of the statistics. Their sum is 47%. NOx is a nitrogen oxide and VOC is a volatile organic compound. And first, nitrogen oxide can make acid rain, and it causes dermatitis and hair loss. Next, VOC can make photochemical smoke with photochemical smoke by combining nitrogen oxide in air. This is the picture of photochemical smoke, and it causes respiratory disease and cardiovascular disease. In that case, it can also cause cancer. So we have to reduce nitrogen oxide and VOC. And how can we reduce them? First, nitrogen oxide is made in high temperature like car engine, and it emits by exhaust gases. So we have to reduce cars on the road. Then how could we reduce car on the road? First, when we go short distance, we walk by on foot and ride bike. And car company change gasoline car to electric cars because electric cars doesn't emit exhaust gases. And all of the public have to buy electric cars. VOC is a liquid fuel that can easily evaporate. So we have to change chemical composition not too easily evaporating. And also steel oil reservoir and lower vapor pressure of fuel. That or can prevent the evaporation of fuel. To summarize, nitrogen oxide can make acid rain and causes dermatitis and hair loss. And VOC can make chemical smoke and it causes respiratory disease and cardiovascular disease. That case, make cancer. So, if we practice these 5 solutions and more that I couldn't suggest you, we can save our health by reducing air pollution, and furthermore, we can save our Earth. Thank you.
All right. Shiu, Jungmo. Any questions?
Oh, the number of electric car charging station is so low, small. Then how can people change their smart car to electric car?
First, the company makes more and more electric charger and reduce the gas station. So it's very wrong to change our car to electric car. But if our car changes to electric car, we can reduce air pollution, I think.
Do you have any questions, Jomo?
No.
Okay. Which type of air pollution? It's like NOx, NOx, and VOC.
Nitrogen.
Yeah, VOC, volatile organic compounds.
Yes.
Which one is more dangerous?
Fusing is dangerous because photochemical smoke is made with combining two things, VOC and nitrogen oxide.
Oh, wait, which one is more? Which one is? What is combination? CO2?
No, nitrogen oxide and VOC combined then makes photochemical smoke.
Oh, okay, got it. And VOC, that's created from factories?
Yes, most of VOC is made in factory,
Okay.
like liquid fuel.
Oh, okay, yep. Liquid fuel like cars, automobiles.
Yes. So fusing is very nearly incepted,
Yep.
connected.
Okay, yeah. In Korea, what do you think is the biggest producer of air pollution? Because sometimes people say China, sometimes people say factories in Korea, some people say automobiles, cars, and stuff like that. What do you think is the biggest producer in Korea?
I think the automobile is the biggest problem in Korea.
Okay. Especially like in big cities.
Yes, because Korean family have 2 car or 3 car in home. So many cars.
Yeah. And there's a parking problem.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Do you guys have your driver's license?
Yes.
Yes, I have.
Shu, do you have your driver's license?
No.
This vacation. I'm just kidding. Don't. Yeah. But do you drive a lot, Guntek and Jungmo?
Yes.
No. I just using bicycle.
Oh, cool. Nowadays, do you bike?
Yes.
You have some nice warm gloves?
Yes, I have.
No, yeah, I bike too. Unless it's icy or snowy.
Yeah, this is so cold.
Yeah, but if there's no ice or snow, it's okay.
Oh.
Because if it's icy, that's dangerous. All right, Jungmo, I'm going to mute my mic. Shiu, if you can do the same, that's great. Think of questions.
Hello, my name is Kim Jong-mo, and we three have same topics. She talked about fossil fuels, and Kuntek talked about air pollution. Today, I'm gonna talk about the global warming and some solutions. Maldives, Tuvalu, and Venice. These beautiful islands and beautiful water city have in common. Can you see? Can you guess it? Yes, they are in danger of huge flooding because of sea level rise. So some experts said that they they're submerged in next 100 years. So like this sea level rise effects, the climate change has great impact on the worldwide. But why the climate changes? Why does the climate changes? This is because global warming. The average temperature in the earth is gradually increasing, so it causes climate change on earth. Today I'm talking about two major catastrophic effects of global warming and two solutions about that. First, the global warming has great influence on global climate because the temperature, average temperature affects the rate of water evaporation. So the global warming can change the global precipitation. And the climate changes are showed various from country to country. For example, in America, abnormally huge hurricanes are occurred every year. Robin, have you heard of Hurricane Florence?
Yeah, I think I do. I mean, there's so many.
Yes, it was very big hurricane. So this is one example of abnormal climate change. And also in Middle Asia and Africa, the area of desert is also increasing. And as you know, Korea and Japan become to have much hotter summer. So these are the three example of bad effects of global warming. And also the global warming can cause ice melting in polar and alpine region. The number of polar bears is decreased because of lack of their habitat, I mean the glacier. And this melting ice can cause the rise of sea level. Beautiful islands in Pacific and Indian Oceans are in danger of submerging. But why the global warming becomes severe these days? As you know, the concentration of carbon dioxide is increasing by human behavior, such as vehicles and power plant and so on. So if we reduce the emission of carbon dioxide, the global warming can be alleviated. First, we have to reduce the product. We have to produce and use fewer disposable products. Tremendous disposable stuffs are produced and dumped every year. You know what? 407 million tons of plastics are dumped every year. So it takes so long time. The plastics need over 500 years to be decomposed. So the dumped disposable things need to be burned in incinerators. But this process emits a lot of carbon dioxide. So in order to reduce carbon dioxide, we have to reduce the production of disposable things. How about using eco-friendly products? Rather than to use plastic bags during shopping, you had better use personal bag, or you had better to use personal tumbler. And second solution, we have to develop alternative energy, because alternative energy do not emit greenhouse gas. As you know, fossil fuels such as gasoline, diesel, and LPG release a lot of carbon dioxide during burning in engine. You have seen exhaust gases from vehicles such as buses or cars. And there is three major alternative energy: hydrogen energy, solar energy, and nuclear fusion energy. First, hydrogen energy. Hydrogen is most plentiful element in the earth and can be easily obtained by seawater electrolysis. And it is also eco-friendly because when it reacts with oxygen, it only emits water, it does not emit carbon dioxide. And researchers in worldwide are studying how to store the hydrogen into liquid or solid state. And this picture is fuel cell, which is operated by hydrogen. And solar energy is most well-known renewable source because it is not exhausted and we can use indefinitely because it is from the sunlight. But it does not have high enough efficiency. So researchers in worldwide are developing solar cell panels with high efficiency and reasonable price. And finally, the nuclear energy is classified into two methods. One is nuclear fission and the other is nuclear fusion. Nuclear fission is accounted for 26% of total generation in Korea, and it utilizes of energy when uranium divided into two different atoms, and this is called atomic fission. And there is no emission of carbon dioxide, but it has crucial problem about nuclear waste and possibility of atomic accident. And these are the reason why nuclear fusion energy is got highly attention these days. Nuclear fusion energy does not emit nuclear waste and much safer than nuclear fission power plant. And moreover, it does not emit carbon dioxide, and it utilizes energy when two hydrogen atoms are merged together. And this is the same method as sun generate its energy. So it is called artificial sun, K-star. But it does not have high enough technology yet. So the development of reasonable and practical nuclear fusion generation become our task. Through these three alternative energy, we can reduce carbon dioxide and can minimize the global warming. In conclusion, there are two major catastrophic effects of global warming. It can bring abnormal climate change and it can make to rise the sea level. So we have to stop the global warming by two ways. We have to reduce the disposable products, and researchers in the worldwide have to develop various alternative energy. Our Earth, where we live on now, is borrowed from our descendants. So we have a duty to preserve our Earth. Thank you, and ask a question.
All right. All right, any questions?
Can I ask some questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which of alternative energies do you think is the best?
I think the nuclear fusion energy is the best because it is safe. Because it is safe and yeah, safe.
I thought that nuclear waste is very bad effect in environment.
Yeah.
Then how can we solve the problem?
Yeah. So do you think that's a problem? But Jungmo, you said nuclear fusion doesn't create waste.
Yes, nuclear fusion energy does not create.
But fission does. But you said nuclear fusion is not ready yet.
Yes, it is not ready to use.
When do you think it will be ready?
I think 2030, maybe. I don't
10
know.
years? 10 years?
Yes.
So that seems like but it does not create nuclear waste. Why is it called nuclear if it's, yep, okay. We're kind of running out of time, but interesting. I never knew about that. I didn't know the difference between fission and fusion. All right, well, guys, the next group is already in the waiting room. So I think we should probably say bye. So Guntek can close Zoom and open up League of Legends. And Shiu can close Zoom and open up Maple Story. And Jungmo can close Zoom. And I never asked you what game you play. What game?
I have to study.
What? You have another exam?
Yes.
When?
This Thursday.
Thursday. Man, oh man. What class?
Applied robot design.
Ooh. Is it difficult?
Yes, it is very difficult.
At least you have a couple days to study. Well, it was awesome to have you guys in class. And, this was my first time ever teaching a class outside of the English department. I've been at Soltech for 7 years. I've never taught in the Language Center. And it was a good experience. And I appreciate good personalities and just making the Zoom class fun. I wish it was not on Zoom. I wish we had a chance to meet in person. Someday, I hope to see you out.
You too.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'll buy you a coffee, buy you any drink you want, and buy you something to eat. Hey, Shiu, do you ever go to Burger?
Oh, yes, that's awesome.
No. Are they open nowadays?
Oh, yes.
Cool. So close. All right, guys. Well, it was nice to meet you, and I hope to meet you in person. And like I said, if you ever have questions about English, email me or Kakao Talk me. I would love to help out. And Shiu, have a good trip back to Busan. And the other guys, stay cool. All right.
you.
See you guys later. Good luck, Jungmo, on your exam. See you, good tech.
Thank you.
See you guys. Yep. See ya.
you.
Bye.
See ya.
하이.
하이.
시험 끝났어?
나 이거 하면 끝이야. 너무 좋아.
나도 너무 행복하다.
총각이라니. 발표 준비했어?
하긴 했는데 잘 될지 모르겠다. 너무 대충해가지고 다른 것들.
너무 무서워.
난 3월에 군대
한국말로 발표하는 거면 3월에?
군대 간다.
그래, 잘 가고. 어디로 가?
1사단
1사단?
파주 쪽
파주면
전방.
전방이야. 우리 집이랑 멀지 않네. 시간 나면 한번 갈게. 로빈 하위.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey. All right. Whoa, Guno, are you a black
Yes?
belt? Are you a black belt in karate? Are you a black belt?
Yes.
Sweet. Awesome. Are you
karate.
good? Taekwondo?
Taekwondo.
Nice.
Yes.
Are you going to join the UFC?
Not these days, but before
Awesome.
I see it.
Oh, cool. Do you like Korean Zombie? Chan Sung Jung?
Korean. I don't like.
Really? How about Che Du Ho?
I usually cheer for Mayweather.
Oh, you're talking about boxing, not UFC. Mayweather is boxing. Floyd Mayweather. Did you see Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was, well, Conor McGregor is not a boxer. He's a MMA. Yeah. Did you see, well, let's see. Yeah. Did you see Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao?
Legend match.
Yeah, that was, but it was kind of too late. Like they're old. All right. Jinu, Dong-young, can you unmute your mic? Great. Jinu, are you back home?
Yep, I'm back home.
Or, oh, nice. So you left the dorm.
Yep.
Were you sad?
No?
I miss this bookshelf. this empty bookshelf. All right. Dongyoung, I forget, Dongyoung, you're not in the dorm. You're at home, right?
Yes.
That's what I thought you did.
Uh,
Cool. Well, is this your final exam or final like any like schoolwork of the semester?
This is final.
Awesome. So at what time are you going to have a beer in your hand? It's 4:33. What time, Hyung Chul, are you going to have a beer in your hand?
Sorry.
At what time today are you going to have a beer in your hand?
9 p.m. I think.
Okay. That's late. All right, nice. Anyways, that's good. Hey, your friend, did he do the nonsul?
Lizard is not come.
Okay, not yet. Okay. Got it. All right. Well, before we begin, I want everybody to check their share screen, make sure it works. So, Kuno, can you share your screen on Zoom? Looks good. Well, there we go. Oh, very nice. Okay. How about Hyung Chul? Can you share yours?
Wait. Can you see?
No. Yes. There we go. By the way, do you know, Hyung Chul, the new NBA season starts this week?
All right.
Yeah, starts on Friday.
I want to see.
Crazy, right? Dongyoung, can you share your screen? All right, looks good. And finally, Jinu, can you share your screen? Great. Okay, awesome. Well, the order randomly that I wrote down was Dongyoung, Guno, Hyungchul, Jinu. So let's just keep that order. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, so Dongyoung will go first, and while he is presenting, all of us will mute our mics and try to pay attention and try to think of some questions to ask Dongyoung about his presentation. Are there any questions? Cool. Well then, Dongyoung, I'm going to mute my mic, and whenever you're ready, just begin. So I am muting my mic. And everybody, just be yourself. Just be yourself. All right. And so share your screen, Dongyoung, and I'll mute my mic.
Is it okay?
Looks great.
Hello. My name is Dongyang Jang, and I am majoring in mechanical automatic engineering in 20th grade. Today I'm gonna talk about how can South Korea's low birth rate trend be reversed. This is my contents, And first is intro, and the next is solution. And the next I'm gonna talk about two solutions, and finally I'm gonna talk conclusion of my of my account announcement. So first, intro and effect. Imagine 30 years after a country where two adults get married and have 0.93 children. There will be a very grim reality in which two couples support four people and perhaps even grandparents. Which country is this phenomenon currently in progress? Shockingly, that low birth rate country is the Republic of Korea and the future for our next generation. Let's see the negative effects of this trend and two solutions to solve this problem. According to Cho Young-tae, a professor at Seoul National University, 71 out of 179 universities in Korea must be closed by 2034 if the current low birth rate continues. This is because the number of college admission will decrease from 660,000 in 2014 to 390,000 in 2034, and the average college recruitment rate will decrease from 87% to 52%. So the number of elementary school teachers should also be reduced 38,000 people. So in order for normal society to be maintained, the birth rate must be around 0.1. It means that a man and a woman must meet and have two children to maintain the next generation. The 0.1 edit means there is a loss of life due to illness or accident before giving birth. So currently, the birth rate in Korea is 0.918 per fertile woman, and the OECD average is 1.68 people. Because of the structure of modern society, if the birth rate drops more to that level, the social system collapse. The birth rate is the social system collapse. If the birth rate is so low, the nation's national security system and national pension system and living security system cannot be maintained. With a birth rate of 0.x, we can't maintain tax revenues, and because of a sharp drop in the economically viable population. So which will inevitably disrupt the nation's administrative system, especially its social security system. If we don't get this signal, it's really clear that the country is going to collapse within 30 to 40 years. And this is the rate, and the line of this graph means the average of OECD. First solution to the birth rate is to encourage childbirth. If someone gives birth, government and society give you financial and mental support to purchase baby products. For example, 해남군 전라남도 celebrated the birth of child as a proud thing and created an atmosphere of community raising together. Of course, Hanam-gun also has child bearing allowance. It pays 3 million won for the first and 3.5 billion won for the second and 6 million won for the third. However, there are many young people in the world who want to have children by giving money. When you have a baby, the local newspaper gives you a congratulatory advertisement, and it also gives a name, sans beef and seaweed, and it also provides free vaccinations. It creates a public postpartum care center to help the mother recover from her illness. The success factor is that it is not about money, but about giving birth to the child, which is something to be blessed, and that the whole village is raising together. Second solution is changing the social vicious circle. To fix the social vicious circle, we should fix two big problems. First problem is that they suffer from long hours of work and it is difficult for men to share their housework. According to the data released in 2015, Korean men's participation in childcare was only 6 minutes a day, ranking 30th among 30 OECD countries. And according to the report by Statistics Korea, domestic working hours for women in Korea were five times that of men. The government's policy alone cannot solve the low birth rate, which overlap all social problems. At home, husband and wives should work together, and at companies, employees should work family compatibility, like giving maternity leave. Second, in the case of housing problems, house prices have doubled to 2.5 times over the past few years, making it impossible to buy a house, which has become a qualitative structure. Qualitative structure. Last year, the price of the apartment my cousin bought in Haeundae rose in 800 million won. And also, my parents' bought also rose about 100 million won. In particular, the housing problem has become more serious as the government's real estate policy to stabilize housing prices has failed by tightening regulations. If you want to buy a house in a typical workplace, you can't get the money to buy a house in Seoul, even if you work all your life. So if you can't buy a house, you lose your ability to marry, and your marriage rate goes, and our country marriage rate goes down, and also our country's birth rate goes down. And finally, your country and my country will collapse. We need to stabilize housing prices by expanding supply in many ways, such as easing policies and releasing greenbelts to build so-called half-priced apartments. So to conclude, low birth low birth rate has various problems and two main solutions. First solution to the birth rate is to encourage childbirth. Second solution is changing the social vicious circle. In society, conditions should be created so that children can be raised without any burden. And they should stabilize housing prices and create jobs for young people. All these effects must be baked in a comprehensive manner to solve the low birth rate can be solved. The number, remember, don't forget 0.918. It shows that it is difficult to have and raise children in our society. You have to take the meaning of this number seriously. The private education market, elementary school teachers, university professors, business, and the government should all pay attention to the number of children born. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
Okay, unmute your mics, guys, and anybody got question for Donghyun? If you can unmute your mics, everybody. Questions? Anybody? How can in Korea we make men do more child care? Because you said 6 minutes a day.
Yes.
It's very low. So how can Korea fix that problem?
I think before I said that maternity, the company, I think the company should give, the company should help work family compatibility, like giving maternity vacation leave.
Okay. Okay, I see. So it's because the husbands are so busy at work.
Yes.
Okay. And there was the city where they give people money, financial support.
Yes.
Should the government, should they give everybody the same amount of money, or does it depend on the family income? Like if there's a couple A has a low income, couple B has a high income, do they both get the same amount of money, or does it depend
on? They get the same amount of money, but but the low income family can get have another policies.
Okay, I see. Got it. So the newspaper names the child
Offer? Just an
Okay.
offer?
That'd be kind of weird. How about, would you like, Dongyang, would you like to work for the newspaper and choose names?
No.
Like on your Myeongham, it's like Dongyang, name chooser. I am a name chooser. That's my job. Tomorrow's Monday. I got to go to work and choose names.
I think community people offers the name.
Oh, okay, got it. That'd be funny though. All right, so
Thank you.
come on. Guno, I thought you were friends with Dongyang. You're not gonna.
I have a question for Donghyun.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it. Yeah.
In this situation, how many child do you want to have?
Don't personally. Good question.
If I live in Seoul, I will have just one baby because the cost is too high.
Mhm.
And you said many policies in future. The situation is become what you say. Then how many child do you want to have?
2 or 3.
Nice.
Liar.
Well, Dongyang, when you have your first child, email or text message. Text message us. We'll choose the name. We'll choose the name. We will choose.
Seaweed and peeps.
What's that?
Seaweed and peeps for the gift.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
If you want. But it's like, yeah, that's funny. Seaweed and beef. Seaweed and beef. All right, Guno. Get ready.
Yes.
Dongyang is gonna ask you a difficult question. All right. So Guno, let's we will mute our mics, and whenever you're ready, you may begin.
Can you see it clearly?
Yep. Very nice. So you may begin.
Okay. Hello, my name is Kuno Park, and I'm going to talk about viruses like COVID-19. First, I'm going to talk about viruses that exist in our lives, and then problems and solutions. Because of final exam, we every day we study, and every day we drink water, and in our lives, every day we are not infected viruses, but I think it exists in our lives for every day. And I ask question to my friends and parents. Do you think that viruses exist in our lives? They say no, because we are not infected COVID-19 or other viruses every day. And I'll talk about problems. There are two problems in viruses. First is salivia and second is connect. COVID-19 is transmitted by salivia. So talking is very dangerous for these days. And second, meet other people for making a plan for other people is so hard because nobody knows that who is infected. So meeting other people is very dangerous because when you touch other people, you can be infected. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, I'll keep going. Then how can we solve this problem? I think it is too hard. It is too hard to making vaccine. So first is wearing a mask, and second is minimize going out. Wearing a mask is protect us from salvia. So there are many kind of masks, KF94 and KF80 and dental mask, etc. It is important to using a good mask because in Paju Starbucks, there are many infectors, but the employer who wear KF94 don't are not impacted COVID-19, and other people who wear normal masks or dental masks are infected by COVID-19. And minimize going out is also important. It reduce connecting with people. So staying at home is the best way, and using delivery is another solution. Today, convenience stores or marts also do delivery, so it is very good chance to don't go out. I think avoid viruses are impossible, and I'll summarize. There are two problems with COVID-19: salva and connect with other people or talking to other people. You can be infected. So you should wear a mask and minimize going out. In future, viruses always exist in your lives. I also think COVID-19, viruses like COVID-19 are nearby in our lives. So I want to ask you again that viruses exist in our daily lives. And I finish my presentation. Thank you for listening, and there are sources that I used for picture or content. Thank you.
All right, let's ask some questions.
What is saliva?
Actually, it's saliva.
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 If you talk, saliva is go out in your mouth.
It's the liquid.
Then you mean saliva is similar is aerosol infect?
Sorry?
Aerosol infect is similar is aerosol infect is similar to saliva? Saliva? Aerosol.
What is that?
공기 전파? 에어로졸 감염.
I can't understand your question.
So it is saliva spread like aerosol?
Yes, because air conditioner. Because of air conditioner. Air
It spreads all viruses?
Yes, it is. It is indoor and window are not open. Then it can be
You mean you can the air conditioner should infect all people in the same room?
Not all, each probability.
Now, what are you worried about 3.0? Like, do you think the current social distance level with the coronavirus is 2.5? Do you think it will go up to 3.0?
Yes.
Then what's the difference between 2.5 and 3.0?
We can't meet over 5 people at the same room.
Okay. How about in coffee shops are closed? Restaurants are closed?
Yes.
Okay. So Gunnar, one more question. how many children do you want to have? I'm just kidding. All right. So next is Hyungcho. Hyungcho. Okay. I'm going to mute my mic. All of us will. Hyungcho, begin whenever you're ready.
You see?
Yes, we can see. COVID-19 exclamation. Yep, you can begin.
Hello, everybody. My name is Hyungchul, and I will talk about COVID-19 and its effects and solutions. Let's go. Do you like travel or picnic in holiday or vacation? If I question this, most of you will answer to me, yes. But nowadays, it is hard to travel or picnic around the world. It is so bad to me too. Next, effect 1. COVID-19 has a severe negative health effects. If people are impacted, people have coughs, headache, and muscle pain, etc. Also, people are recovered completely. People have after effects like hair loss and brain problem. Are all members men, right? If men are impacted, the men may get degradation of sexual function. I heard. Be careful. And effect 2. COVID-19 makes economical society be depressed. It means the businessmen hard to grow their business and overcome these circumstances themselves. This is my favorite PC room and bar in my downtown. I can't go these public spaces. The businessman's face is like this. Sad prog. Just kidding. Effect 3. COVID-19 makes people inactive human beings. The bad is people's brains. People always are with their best in all time a day, and we repeat school, office, and home, school, office, and home, sleeping. We are inactive human beings now, like sloths. And solutions: restrictions, working from home, and supporting business, and vaccine. Restriction is like distancing in PC room and restaurant, amusement park, in like fun place, and non-mask penalty. 100,000 won, I heard. Working from home, if it is possible, I think that working from home must carry out all of jobs. And supporting business is the businessman has their land P and run. So it is hard to overcome this problem on themselves. The governments help them having other other conclusion. And last is vaccine. Other countries introduce vaccine, but South Korea is not introduced vaccine now. And rest, attitude for end of COVID-19. This is conclusion. We have to stay at home and not taking off mask when you meet your friends or family, teachers, professor too. And this is the best important, remembering that we are in bad circumstance now ourselves in a day. This attitude and solutions is maintained well. COVID-19 is gone fast. Thank you for my presentation. Do you have any question for me?
Do you think exists end of COVID-19?
Sorry?
Do you think COVID-19 can be done or can be?
I think very long time is so I go army in next year 3. I go and army finish it. COVID-19 is done, I think.
How do you think, like you made a good point, like your favorite restaurant, favorite PC bang, other restaurants and bars, they have to close, coffee shops. So you said the government should help them with rent, because rent,
Yes.
especially in Seoul and other areas, super high. So how should the government help out small businesses? Should they pay them? Should they pay the employees? Should they stop the rent? Because the building is not owned by, the building is private. Like the bar, your favorite restaurant, and your favorite PC bang, those buildings are probably private, not public. So how should the government, how much, what percentage should the government give to small business owners? Or should they say, you don't have to pay rent? Or what should happen to the employees? At the restaurant, there's a cook, there's a waitress, there are many people. So what should the government do to help those people?
I think nowadays 세금 is, or little part is applied for self-businessman. And then the businessman is have more power, and our society is active nowadays. People, I think.
Okay, so you think because for example, I think in Japan, the government pays 100%. If a small business closes because of COVID, the government pays them like 100%. In European countries, 70, 80%. Canada, similar. In America, it's like 0. And so America's so sad. It's terrible. But I think if we go to 3.0, that's a big difference. Social distance, like 2.5 is bad. Like are you worried about small businesses closing?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. I mean, even regular time, like not COVID, it's difficult. Like if you go to a coffee shop, restaurant, they're not rich. like the owners are not making a lot of money. They're like just making enough. Hey, stop yawning. All right. Okay, anyways, I know it's getting dark outside. Ginu, you are the last. You are the last person in our class in 2020. So what is it? It's the year of the horse. What is the Byeoljat? Oh no. It's, anyways, Ginu, are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute my mic, and whenever you're ready to go, do it.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Shinu. So today I'm gonna talk about 3 main effects of air pollution and solution of this problem. First, there is shocking news because of COVID-19. Humans' activity is limited and reduced. Environments become cleaner. So animals, any area be widened, and they come back their habitats or hometown. For example, dolphin come back Istanbul Bay, and olive sea turtles in India Bay they come back India Bay. Not only animal, but also human feel environments become clean. First of all, conspicuous phenomenon is air become cleaner before than COVID-19. And fine dust is reduced, and skies is much cleaner than before COVID-19. So people recognize how contaminated air was. This picture is about comparing China's atmospheric conditions before and after Corona. So we know how contaminated air was. There is 3 main negative effects. First, air pollution causes serious diseases. Second, air pollution can be catalyst for global warming. And third, as air pollution causes economic loss. First, serious diseases. Air pollution can make serious diseases. WHO announced 3.7 million people are died from air pollution annually, and heart and respiratory problems because of air pollution. The exact mortality rate was 6-8% for heart disease and 12% for respiratory diseases. Second effect is catalyst for global warming. For example, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, methane, water vapor, and freon gas. They're from car or factories or air conditioner. They can destroy ozone or raise temperature. So substance pollutes atmosphere, promotes global warming. And third effects is economic loss. OECD predicts that 1% GDP loss in 2060 due to increased diseases and reduced labor productivity and reduced crop yields caused by air pollution. 1% GDP loss equals $2.6 trillion. So yes, there is enormous loss. So how to resolve these problems? There is two perspectives to resolve this problem. Macroscopic perspective. This means national solution that is hard to individual, and microscopic and perspective. This means individual have to can resolve this problem. So first, macroscopic perspective is changing in energy production. Actually, these days we reduced fossil fuels, but still use fossil fuels. In Korea, 70% fossil fuels used to generate energy. And so these days, more activated research is about nuclear fusion. This is same as principle of energy generation of sun, and unlike nuclear fission, no danger of exposure, and this process is light nuclei fused to heavier nuclei, and actually, already they researcher make 100 billion degrees success, and Korea have a new record of this second the 20 seconds. And another macroscopic perspective is support cost of improving prevention facilities. This is expected to reduce 75% pollutants. The picture is that machine. And next, microscopic perspective. In traffic, we use bicycle or use public traffic like subway or bus and walk. The walking and bicycle is not only good for environments, but also for health. And in home, we have to purchase eco-friendly certification mark production or items with minimal carbon emissions, or using less volatile organic compounds. This picture is about eco-friendly certification marks and minimal carbon emissions. To conclude, air pollution causes various diseases and a catalyst for global warming and an economic loss. These effects and many solutions become complacent because they are hard to feel for individuals. Solution may not immediately solve air pollution, but however, individual pay more attention to this problem, we can make or resolve this problem. We must make efforts to keep our place of life. Thank you for listening.
All right, guys. Questions? Oh, can you unmute your mics?
What is macroscopic?
Like a huge perspective, and it means national. Can I speak Korean?
So, Jinu, what is the opposite of macroscopic?
Microscopic.
So,
tiny.
Do you know a microscope, Youngcho? A microscope? Like so a microscope is looking at small, very small thing. Macroscope, opposite, big. So it's like micro, it's like this. Micro. I don't know. So it's like the bottom is the bottom is micro, the top is macro.
Okay.
When, because nuclear fusion is not available now.
Yeah.
When do you think it will be available?
It can actually, as I said, 20 seconds less be success. So I think 5 years.
Wow.
In 5 years.
Now that would be amazing because it's much safer than nuclear fissure. Right?
Yeah.
Because there's no nuclear waste.
Yeah.
Got it.
And no more, they can use seawater.
Oh, okay.
So
got it.
A lot materials.
Yep. So do you think nuclear fusion can help keep Dongyang awake?
The nuclear bomb can help.
Got it. All right. Well, this is it. Real quickly, hold on a second. I need to let Hyungchul know something again. Because MBA streams. You're gonna need this. You are going to need this, Hyungchul.
I'm sorry. I stay up all night.
It's okay.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. If anybody, does anybody like MBA? I know Hyungchul does. Does anybody like the MBA? Guno, Awesome. Oh, Donghyun, cool. So I just sent you a link. Free live games, HD quality. So if you ever want to watch the NBA, check it out. By the way, oh, what's that?
Is that legal?
I don't know. I have no idea. Kuno, who's your favorite team?
Houston Rockets.
Oh, do you think now they have John Wall, right?
Mhm.
John
Okay.
Wall, James Harden. Do you think James Harden is going to stay on the Rockets? Because he said he wants to be traded to New Jersey. We will see. Donghyun, how about you? Favorite team?
Boston Celtics.
Oh, okay. So Jason Tatum. Got it.
I was.
Not anymore.
Now next.
Now you like the Milwaukee Bucks?
No,
BP.
I like Houston Rockets too.
Oh, okay. Got it. And Hyungcha, you like you told me LA?
I like all of teams. Yeah. Before I like Golden State, but nowadays
Nowadays you like them all?
Yeah.
All right. Gino, do you like watching any sports?
Yep. Soccer or basketball.
Oh, you do. Oh, so you like basketball too. What team do you like?
Golden State
Oh, okay.
Warriors.
But Klay Thompson, I think he's injured again, right?
Mm.
Gosh, man. I think he got injured again like a couple weeks ago. It's like, I know, it's sad, man. Cause yeah. And who was it? Yeah, Giannis. See, I'm from Wisconsin. That's where Milwaukee is. So I have to like Milwaukee Bucks. Yeah, I'm just glad Milwaukee Bucks kept Giannis because he was a free agent. All right. Well, guys, like I told you, I've been teaching at Soltech for 7 years. 7 years ago, Guno took that picture. But this is my first time ever teaching outside of the English department. And so it was a unique experience. My first time teaching this course, but it was cool to be able to meet non-English major students for the first time. So it was nice to meet all of you through Zoom. I hope someday we can meet in person. And if I see you in person, I'll buy you a drink of your choice, whatever you want. Yeah, maybe a bite to eat. And like I said, if you ever have questions about English, just Kakao Talk me or email me.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is it rude?
I want 2 kids.
Is it rude to ask your age?
No, that's fine. I'm I think 43.
Oh.
I mean, American age, I'm 42. So I was born in 1978.
Oh, you look very young. Oh.
Young faces?
I don't know, man.
Have young face.
That beard. Yeah, so so I graduated high school in 96, or I started college in 96. But yeah, regardless. So like I said, you know, if you ever have any questions about English, just let me know. I'm here to help you out. And I hope to someday see you in person. And all right, cool. What are your plans for vacation? Any plans?
Many drinking. I go army.
Oh yeah, that's right. Who's going to the military soon? I know Hyung Cho. Anybody else joining the military soon? All right. Well, Hyung Cho, make sure you drink a lot, and make sure you yep, I will miss seeing your collection of jackets.
Oh.
I will miss seeing you have many jackets. I will miss looking at your jackets. All right. Enjoy watching NBA action. And
Okay.
if you get arrested by the police, don't tell them where you got the link.
Okay.
All right. All right. It was nice to meet you guys and enjoy your vacation. Hyungcho, stay strong. If you're in the Gongneung area, contact me out before you
Okay.
go. Cool. I'll see you guys later.
I love you.
Oh man, love you too. See ya.